investment by Lockheed Martin, BAE, and Northrop Grumman of about $170 million, with an expectation that we would take billions out of the cost of F-35s going forward. And I'm here to tell you it was incredibly successful. As this example shows, just one of about 400 different projects that we did. But for the investment of about $750,000, we saved $27 million over that program of record. And specifically the one I'm looking at here has to do with automating the way we do the coatings on the inlet. As many of you know, that a 5th generation LO platform, the outer mold line, the features of the airplane are critical to that low observable capability. In fact, we have to keep it within about 5/10,000ths of surface roughness to make sure that we have the proper signature. This robot can add the coatings in this area, a critical section for the program, in just a few hours, which it took many, many days to do by hand. And it's just a small indication of how, given the scale and the scope of this program, we can continue to automate and use robots in greater influence going forward, further driving down the cost of the jet. Mark? Let's talk about the block buy. Certainly something that's been in the news recently. So our JPO customer has asked us, as part of the LRIP 12, 13, and 14, to propose to them a block buy of about 440 airplanes. The number will change based on potential adds in the US side as well as the partners, but we're somewhat flexible, plus or minus a few percentage there. Think somewhere between 440 to say 450 or 60 airplanes. Why does this matter? If you think about all the airplanes that we built from LRIP 1 through LRIP 11, this single block buy would be the same magnitude, more than doubling the total number of airplanes that would be under contract and that we would be building. And it allows us to do other things. By aggregating that buy, industry can be far more efficient in the way we order the components from our supply base. And so, working with our JPO counterpart, working on what business rules do we need to apply economic order quantity, or pre-funding a significant number of the parts that I know I'm going to buy for all those airplanes, and buying them at one time, and dramatically reducing the price going forward. And I'm highly confident between an economic order quantity element as well as aggregating more than 440 airplanes that we can save our customers more than $2 billion over what we normally would have done on an annual basis. So it's an exciting time in the program, an exciting time to stabilize the supply chain, as well as give back to our customer, making this airplane even more affordable going forward. So I talked about what it costs to buy an F-35. Let me talk a little bit about what it takes to build an F-35. As we went around the globe, I talked about the 3 production locations. Fort Worth, Texas, where we have the largest facility, about 7 million square feet, about 3,000 employees ultimately that will be building the airplane at rate. And I'm going to give you a little bit of insight in what it looks like to build an airplane there. But as I go across the country, I talked about Camry in Italy, a significantly smaller facility, but they only do the final assembly and checkout, meaning they take the major components and put them together to make the airplane, as well as doing the center wing section, we call it, where much of the subsystems are. Very, very significant part of the airplane. Well, largest single, most complex area on the airplane, and our Italian partner Leonardo is doing a great job with that operation. But they do that at about a 250,000 square foot facility right now, producing about 4 airplanes a year. Then on the right-hand side, in your left, my right, I'll get it right at some point, our newest facility there in Nagoya. Again, just final assembly and checkout, so we ship them the parts from all over the world, and they put those major subcomponents together, and then they fly and deliver their airplanes in country. All right, let's take a look at